I'm dumb, but I ain't that dumb.
I hate that I have unmuted and I know exactly what everyone is talking about by hearing one word. Hello, everyone. PsycheSiren here.
Hello.
We are playing the Magnus TTRPG. And Autumn is talking about the cursed doll Annabelle that has gone missing in Florida. Is that right, Autumn? Is that...
We're getting confirmation of where it went missing, and I'm getting confirmation of how fast I can pack my bags, depending on the answer.
As of 4 days ago, it was back at the Warren Colt Museum in Connecticut.
Okay.
She was homesick.
So she went home.
Oh, she waddled over home.
Legitimately,
But
I could believe that.
There was, like, accounts that she had gotten out of her glass.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Autumn, thank you for subscribing with the message HELP. If only I could read. But thank you for subscribing, Autumn. It means a lot. Yeah.
That's so weird, because that sounds a lot like what you say in our podcast, Roxy. I think it's something like,
help. No. That can't be. That can't be it. Too many letters. Hello to Otter. Hello, Cave and Dark. Yeah, there's a cursed doll on the loose in the land of Florida, but it walked back home. So
from what I read, it was in San Antonio that there were claims that it had
it was on a tour.
Gotten out.
Even she hates bigots and transphobes.
So
good for her.
It said that there were rumors that it got out. The caretakers debunked it.
No,
quotation marks heavily.
Yeah, they shared a video that looked like it was doctored with AI. Like, oh yeah, she's here. Totally with us.
It is back in the Warren Museum.
I'm sure it's fine.
If it's the real one and it's not an Etsy knockoff that someone named Cindy made.
Look, all I know is that a ridiculous amount of things happened in New Orleans when that doll showed up.
I'm just saying, if you randomly see a Raggedy Ann doll in your presence that wasn't there before, just leave it alone.
Wait, it's Raggedy Ann? I didn't realize it was
a Raggedy Ann doll.
See, it could look like any of them. You would just get that shit off Etsy, put a little dirt on her, be like, oh yeah, she's back, she's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's the original.
She's just a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah. Definitely the right doll.
Just like showing up at like an event and then there's just a doll in the fucking corner.
Hello,
I'm gonna do that the next time I see any of you.
Can
like
you
hell you fucking will.
Please not?
I'll feed it to you.
I'm just gonna say y'all are giving me great ideas for D&D in the future.
Hey, Autumn, stop listening.
I need you all to know I didn't laugh at Autumn saying the horrors he would bring upon our campaign, but rather I saw Sunny slowly go into Val's camera as she's eating the dinner I made for her. I gave you the last of the... Oh, mute. I heard the squirt. We found this Chick-fil-A knockoff sauce at Aldi. And she squirted some of it out. So yeah, mute when you can, Toots. I gave you the last of our chicken for your chicken wrap. I'm having salmon.
Is it pretty accurate, this knockoff sauce?
It's really good. I bought like 4 things of it to store in the pantry.
Honestly, great idea. I found a dressing at Aldi's that's like an avocado ranch that's delightful.
Ooh.
I love an avocado ranch.
Mm-hmm.
I love avocado. So we'll how about while we wait for Val and Roxy to finish eating, does anyone remember what happened last time?
I wrote a lot of numbers down, thinking that they maybe have been a pattern.
The elevator.
Yeah, our elevator lady.
Oh yeah, the elevator.
Yeah.
I may be
and there was
the
no
sentient
pattern.
elevator.
I think
and the elevator takes us wherever we want to go, as long as there's a door there.
And we aren't mean, I'm assuming.
And we aren't mean.
Yeah, you haven't tried being mean to the elevator yet. I'm not saying you should, but you know,
What if Frankie's into it?
you haven't tried.
Frankie might be into it.
Can you test that out when I'm not with you?
No, because I think Frankie likes Billy.
No, Frankie likes Garrett.
Porque no los dos.
I mean, she has flirted with both of you.
Fair.
So, are you saying Frankie goes in all directions?
I'm not saying it.
That's so weird. I have a headache now. I gotta go. Bye.
No, don't make me talk. I'm eating. No, I need you to carry.
You know what?
No.
I'm done. That's it. Nope.
No, come
Yeah.
back.
Bye forever.
Help! Help!
Oh, there it is
She's-
again.
She's making a noise.
Basically, what happened was that the elevator was all fucked up. And then we talked to some people. And we saw Rita Song Astrid, random projection lady, just standing over Billy.
Yeah.
And what was Billy doing when that happened?
Hold on.
Reading cases.
Yeah, reading
Reading,
documents. And then I talked to her, and Billy didn't like that.
Yeah, it was reading cases that were regarding Alice, but the files all had the name Rita Song in them.
No, not me. Not me. Other lady. Not Alice. No. Alice was just nosy.
Astrid.
Oh,
Astrid.
Astrid.
Look, there's too many A names.
Look, it's
There's
the,
two A
sorry.
names,
It's the
and that's
30s.
too many.
There's only so many names invented, Karma.
It's
Right. So yes, you did see some of you saw a vision of Astrid or Rita Song, and some of you experienced something a little different. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, blood lipstick.
Yeah.
That's
You-
the note that I have.
Experienced being on a stage. And
Yeah.
as you were on that stage, you were being like asked to put on a show, but you didn't know what show you're supposed to be doing. And so the crowd got angrier and angrier. And then when you woke up from this seeming delusion, you were bleeding, but actually it was makeup. It was a red lip gloss that was leaking out of your ears, your eyes, your nose, pretty heavily. Love that for you. And then let's see what else happened. I think that's about the size of it. Oh, you did intend to come back the next morning to talk to Dick Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
Because Ethel said that he would be very interested in what you found and the fact that you found the bottle.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I still can't get over fucking Tiny Dick Mendelsohn or whatever we nicknamed him.
Thin Dick Mendelsohn.
That's
Thin
the
Dick
bitch.
Mendelsohn.
God damn it. I'm leaving him everything in my will.
Sometimes you just have a thin Dick Mendelsohn, and that's fine.
Probably get that looked at too, honestly.
Thin Dick Mendelsohn.
Don't judge
Dick Mendelsohn.
thin Dick Mendelsohn. Don't judge him for his thin dick.
It's like a medical condition. Oh.
You know, you haven't
Don't
asked anyone
judge.
like if he's good with it, you know? You don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like prehensile?
Ugh.
This is the Magnus Archives. Anything's possible.
Anything. I thought you were going to say anything's prehensile and that
Oh,
makes
in front of my dinner. Oh,
Is
Oh,
your dinner
no.
prehensile?
it's salmon. Maybe.
I'm about to prehensile my
Baby
fist in your
salmon?
ass if you keep asking questions, Corinne. I swear to God. Operate you like a goddamn hand puppet here in a minute.
that
You
supposed
attempt
to?
with a good time.
Yeah, I was about to say that's how you get inspiration.
Do Rustfest need to go? Like,
Please tell us more about Thin Dick Mendelsohn. I'm dying to know more about Thin Dick Mendelsohn.
Hey, I have to call out this
Autumn-
comment. Maybe he really knows how to use it, like a fencer. Oh,
Yeah, maybe he does. You don't know. You haven't asked.
Just
Can you
On point.
imagine just a guy walking up to you and him being completely naked and then going, "On guard."
yes.
Boing.
Awful.
Well, you know, sword fighting's pretty popular, so.
Yeah. So is baseball. Ben told me things about his dorm in college.
Was that after the D Club conversation we had?
I can we play the game? I am eating my delicious succulent meal, hearing about Bendy Peony, and I
Technically, you're hearing about Thin Peony. The stank face. Autumn,
Incredible.
are you wearing the One Pride shirt?
Oh yeah.
Good job. Proud of you.
By
Yeah,
the
good job,
way,
Ally.
happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride.
happy
Happy
Pride.
Hap Pride.
Have pride.
And yes, we shan't forget the feminine penises.
Isn't a feminine penis just an enlarged clitoris?
Oh my god, I heard the worst thing. So,
No,
let me choke this
no.
down.
Oh.
Apparently,
That's-
and I shared this with Val. I saw this thing
Ayo.
online, and you know how like your ears get bigger as you get older, and like certain
Mhm.
parts of you get, you know, bigger.
I didn't,
Apparently-
but okay.
Clits get bigger.
Huh.
And if you're on like testosterone, it can also cause
Bottom growth.
So now,
Yep.
now every time you come across the grandma,
You just know that bitch is scraping the ground, feeling the best she ever has in her life. Do your chance hang low? Do they level down? But we killed Autumn. He's dead.
Gabe says
Just
just
swinging
swinging
bean.
bean. Is that a music genre from the 20s and 30s? The swinging
Just-
bean.
Swinging
Yeah, that's what the flappers
bean.
dance to.
What was flapping?
Can we play the
Everything.
game instead of swinging bean live on stream?
Sorry, I just entered into a fully disassociative state.
Wait, what
Oh,
if
you're
there was
just getting there now?
what if there was a lesbian coffee shop called the Swinging Bean?
That'd be great, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't-
a hair salon called the Scissor Sisters.
See, it does work. Okay. All right, so you did all go home, and some of you were dropped off directly by Frankie. Some of you were just taken to your cars, and then we assume you went EPs. Is that the case? Did anyone do anything besides going EPs?
I had a very large alcoholic beverage from my store because shit's weird and I don't like it.
Shit is weird.
And then
So-
I did EPs.
So might you have a hangover, or was it not that large of an alcoholic
It's not
beverage?
that large. It was just enough to be like, dear God.
Be really
And-
dramatic and sit in the corner in the dark.
Yeah. Like a noir. Yeah.
Okay.
Waiting for the horrors, low key.
I probably had a fight with my roommate because the coin stuff earlier. Even though I literally saved everyone's lives.
So how'd that go?
Oh, I'm not the one mad. You'll have to ask Val.
Well, one of you swinging bean.
No.
I think I would have just. God damn it, Val.
Val typed in the group chat that we had angry sex, so it's canon
And
now.
also
That's not what she
that
said.
you helped people unethically.
Oh
The
I
correct
would
statement
never.
was we angry fucked.
I
There
love
we go.
that. I love that Roxy's like power fantasy D&D is helping people, but unethically. Like,
Because, god damn it, sometimes people don't listen.
no, yeah, I just love that. That's where you're just like, no, I've had enough.
It's a therapist fantasy, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna help you whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're all getting healthy, so God help me.
If I had to drag you
Awful.
there, buy your beans.
No! I regret sharing.
But do you regret the friends you made along the way?
Yeah, all of
Yes.
them. Every single one.
All of us.
That's fair. That's really fair at this point.
Yeah.
Don't you hand heart me. So yeah, that's what happened in our household.
Love it. And I know that Nicola, she had a little moment with her boss. Did anything else happen after she went up to her place?
She would have probably just recounted, like all of her, like her day into her notes, and then worked on her like next column to turn
'Cause this
in
bitch
at
don't
the
sleep.
newspaper. This bitch do not sleep. She drank coffee. She worked 3 jobs.
All right. So, dawn comes swiftly the next day. Perhaps you are still awake. Perhaps you have slept through it. Regardless, it is here, and the day has decided to make itself known. To anyone who does not rise early, the sun is peeking through your blinds, shining in your eyes. You hear birds singing, you hear life outside the windows. For those who may already be awake, perhaps slaving over a column or sleeping at a desk and only half awake, you almost feel like the night before was something from a dream. It's peculiar. You know, logically, that all those things happened to you. But they feel distant somehow. As if you had imagined them, or perhaps it wasn't the way you thought it was. Now, you can always confirm this, of course, by talking to the others. But it just seems more distant than you think maybe it should. Does anyone do anything first thing, or is anybody still sleeping?
Nicola makes a giant pot of coffee. Like an unhealthy amount of caffeine.
Does Nicola splurge on the bean, or is it low quality coffee?
It's not. She does not pay for good coffee. It's like instant powder.
So this is just dirty bean water.
Yep.
I never want to hear Corinne ask if we've splurged on the bean recently or not.
I respect it.
No!
I respect it.
I
Hey,
just hate the
Chad.
phrase dirty bean water in that context.
Chad, you often splurge on bean?
I told you I'm in fine form tonight. Get ready.
That's probably why she enjoyed the coffee at the Institute so much, because it was like, oh, this is the good shit.
Yeah, that was
And
like
she goes
actually
home
good coffee.
And it's just like backwood cowboy coffee. There's grounds in the bottom.
Tasty. Your coffee crunches as you drink it.
Ugh.
Is anyone else doing anything this morning?
Alice is completely still asleep.
I think Garrett is woken up by the chirping birds, like, does the, like stumbles over to the window, closes the blinds, stumbles back to bed, goes back to bed.
Billy's probably up. I feel like she would write in her journal, like the information she got about her encounter last evening. sipping her coffee, doing the slow wake up jam.
I don't think we've heard. What does Billy's place of, like, where does Billy live? I don't know if we've heard this before.
I figure she probably either lives like down the street from her employers or just like above a bar or like in the back room of a bar, kind of, like maybe the speakeasy is kind of in the basement. Maybe she lives above, like right above,
Yeah.
so she can hear, you know what I mean? Like kind of not the nicest of places, but
Yeah.
she's very much in that life.
So as you're recounting kind of what you experienced and the things you read, you do remember a couple things that really stuck out to you as you were reading through all those files. You recognize a couple of names that kept popping up in these stories about Rita's song, or there would be files about these people that Rita would show up in. So the different people here are here we go. The two names are Brando Lavaro, and if you'd like me to give you that text, I can.
Yes, please.
Here, I'll pop it in this chat.
I was spelling it however I thought it would be, and I was pretty close.
And then the other one is Alfie G. So those are two names that show up frequently in these stories about Rita Song, or Rita Song shows up in stories about them in these case files. You don't have them with you, so if you wanted to like learn more about, like if you wanted to go back, you would have to look at them to like learn more. But you do remember those names because they were kind of weird and they kept showing up. So a little bit of information for you.
She didn't recognize them or hear of them or know of them or anything?
No. These names were not familiar to you. If you share with the rest of the group, some of them may be familiar, but you don't know them specifically.
Okay.
And Garrett, as you try to go back to sleep, you woke up, you stumbled over to your blinds, you shut them, you crawled back into bed. Your chest aches. Do you do anything?
One of these days, Garrett kind of gets up, gets dressed, and gets prepped to go and deal with that problem.
All right. Is anyone else doing anything this morning?
I mean, Nicola will most likely finish up what she was working on and then go to drop her column off at the paper.
Okay.
And then maybe check in with her boss before she does that.
Her boss of the paper?
No, her boss, the PI.
And the PI boss. Okay.
Her
Double
boss
checking.
boss.
Double checking which boss we're talking about. You have 3 jobs.
Nah, she's under a pseudonym in the paper. They think that she drops off. She's like an assistant for like this man that obviously writes these columns.
Of course, the man.
Yep. It's a pseudonym.
What is the pseudonym?
That's a great question that I don't have an answer for.
All right, get back to me.
Yeah.
So you're going to go talk to your boss. What's your boss's name again?
Andrew.
Andrew. Yes, and you helped Andrew get to sleep on the couch the night before instead of sleeping at his desk, where he was drinking whiskey. shitty whiskey and
Shitty whiskey.
looking over case files. Excuse me. So as you go to talk to Andrew, he's still asleep on the couch.
That tracks. Like that's pretty standard.
Do you wake him?
No, I think. About what time is it in the morning?
It's still pretty early. I'd say it's around 7:30.
Yeah, he doesn't have anybody that's gonna come in yet. She is gonna snoop at the case files that he was looking at, though.
Alrighty. So, you go and take a look at the case files. One of these you are particularly familiar with, because he always comes back to this one when he's been up too late drinking. This case is about well, he thinks is a serial killer. The rest of the world doesn't really notice. This is kind of his white whale. The particulars of the case are quite strange. The individuals are always found without a heart. And they're usually found in like places they're not supposed to be. So they may be located in like a jewelry shop, or that they don't own, at night maybe they broke in, or somebody else's house, or they may be found trespassing, but by the time they're found, they're dead. And according to the news, according to the police, all of these are just unconnected crimes where perhaps somebody found a person and took a heart, the organ trade. Or, maybe something weird happened. Maybe it's weird cult shit, but they don't think they're connected or just one person doing it. He thinks it's one person. And so he's always coming back to this case.
Got it. I would agree with him that they are connected.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too crazy to think that, but I don't know, it almost seems like there's a cover-up. Because like when you look at this case, like you look at it and you hear him talk about it, it seems so obviously connected. And yet nobody's talking about it being connected. Nobody's looking into it as connected cases. So, maybe they're oblivious, maybe there's somebody with influence involved. It's hard to say, but he's always coming back to it. Beyond that, he was just looking at some standard cases. It looked like he was looking at his normal cases and got bored, and then went back to the white whale while he was drinking. So,
Got it.
All right. But yeah, he's snoring away in the corner.
Yeah, she's not gonna wake him.
Cave says that the author of the column's names are A Man, spelled A period MANN. Definitely real man author.
I do like the photo is just Karma and a mustache.
Yeah, that's your autobiography, and your image on the back. It's
tracks.
just
That tracks.
you, but with a big bushy mustache.
A big bushy mustache and like a bowler cap. All right. So Alice is still sleeping. What about Mel?
Sorry, I was trying to find the unmute button.
That's all right.
Mel has probably gone out to get some air, think about things, think about all the stuff that's happened, and think about the fact that her roommate used her body in a way that is not sexy.
And how is that making her feel?
Makes her. I would have to think she doesn't feel too great about it. I wouldn't feel great about it.
Yeah, understandably. So you're getting some air. Have you like officially left where you live, like taking a walk, or are you like on a patio, a balcony, a fire escape?
What I probably did was I left. So is it daylight or is it like dark?
Oh, it's daylight. It's like 7:30 in the morning.
Okay, so I probably left. She's not stupid. She would like make sure she was like well armed as well as she can. She'd say, "Hey, this is where I'm going to be. If I get kidnapped, you know where I was." To somebody, whoever's there. And she goes out and she like kind of walks around, hands in her pockets, and, like broods a little bit. Is it raining?
The Charlie Brown music in the background.
The sun was shining, like it was bright out. However, you do see a storm cloud on the horizon. It's not raining yet.
Focuses on that and says, "What a horribly cloudy day it is."
Glass half empty.
The glass is 75 or is 25% empty.
All right. So as you're taking this walk, brooding, is there anyone that you see that you know?
It's cracking me up hearing Sunny just like, hello, mother.
Well, she doesn't intend to see anybody that she knows. She, like, her family ties are tenuous at best. They have more or less separated on unamiable terms. Let's just say that.
And your family, I know that they are well off. Are they well known?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well known in certain circles, at least.
They are very well known in certain circles. They are. So, like, there's a family of people, of like a very wealthy family that's like pretty much American royalty that like bankrolled the financing of OxyContin, Purdue Pharmaceuticals. It's kind of like them. The people who know that they've got like some considerable largesse, but
they have fingers in pies, but they're not necessarily in focus.
They're not like the Vanderbilts or the Biltmores, as my roommate seems to think they are referred to.
Yeah, it's so funny because when Alice first met Mel, she instantly clocked her and was like, "Oh, you're part of this family. Oh," and then fell in love and then found out you were disowned. Ugh. God.
Rip.
Always do your research before you fall in love further.
Is there any specific businesses that your family has their fingers in the pies of?
I would say that they are very much in the business of I'm trying to think. Like what sort of thing? I'm trying to think of like what sort of things were up and coming or in the 20s. Like cars, yes. They might have like rubbed elbows with like the Fords. Like they were by that point, cars were pretty common, but
yeah, cars had become affordable in the 20s. The Model T was affordable enough that it became a car that people could have versus just being only super rich people.
Mm-hmm. But maybe they've rubbed elbows with that. I mean, they didn't acquire their wealth overnight.
Yeah.
I imagine that they were probably I'd say some of their wealth is like through conventional means, but not all of those means can explain how seemingly bottomless their coffers are.
Interesting. So, as you are taking this walk and really not wanting to talk to anybody, if you were to name an elder relative, not like a parent, but like an uncle or an aunt, what would their name be?
Ted Danson.
I love it. As you're walking, you hear
Ted Danson Janvier.
as you're walking, you hear extra, extra, read all about it. Ted Danson Janvier found dead.
I think that she's lost in her own like world for she's deep enough in her world and her singular cloud that she probably doesn't register it at first, and then she like abruptly stops in front of a bunch of people, and they say things like, "I'm walking here," and
Hey, watch where you're going.
You
got eyes?
And she glares at them. Well, no, she doesn't, because she's too lost in the sauce of hearing a name that she hasn't heard in a long time, A, and B, hearing the following words, dead, found dead, probably just kind of took her out of anything, and any swears that were lobbed her way, or any general disdain that was shot in her direction by venomous eyes, perhaps just didn't pierce the thick hide of the determination of a very, very autistic person. So
as you kind of stop dead in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yes.
The little newsie who's yelling about your uncle's demise says, "Hey lady, you want a paper?"
She takes it from him.
That'll be 5 cents.
She throws him $1.
Wowie bazowie. This real?
She has no concept of like wealth. She is absolutely no concept of it.
He picks up his newsie cap and puts it underneath that.
Meanwhile, she's reading and walking at the same time, a la Belle.
As you're walking, cars are honking, pedestrians are going, "Hey, oh, what the fuck?" But you're instead reading. You begin reading this paper, and the facts are slim, which you almost expected, given the way your family stays out of the limelight. Even a news report about the death of your uncle is a little strange. Usually the family try and keep something like that a little more under wraps. However, it seems that the nature of the death was particularly strange. Your uncle was found without his heart. And he was found inside a factory in which he didn't belong. Currently, the police believe that he was mugged and taken to the factory to be disposed of.
So, did I hear any of the discussion of like heart stealer man?
No, the heart-stealing serial killer, that was specifically from the case notes of Nicola's boss.
Okay, so then I wouldn't know anything about this. But I will say she has done research into like the occult, which means she necessarily must come across like criminal workings in the minds of certain of like the way certain people think. Now we are decades before the development of the FBI's like serial killer tracking aficionados, but some people there's some things like that would probably strike most people as being odd, like, huh, if I was gonna kill somebody, I probably wouldn't bother to rip their heart out. So
Yeah, it's certainly not normal.
and also gratuitous and potentially risky. Like, it takes a lot of effort to carve out a human heart.
Yeah, it's not quick business.
No.
And despite the fact that the police are saying this is muggers, that obviously seems weird to you.
Yes. I'm filled with both a morbid curiosity and also like a complex sort of grief. Obviously, I didn't care much for the man, but we don't always feel a strong sense of love for the people we mourn. So I think she's got this is like struck something in her. Perhaps something that's not entirely altruistic, but maybe she can pretend that it is.
Yeah, a little dark curiosity is mixed in there as well.
Yes, more than a little.
All right. So, now, all of you have had a morning of some kind. Some of you are still sleeping. Alice, when do you think you awake?
Probably maybe around 10:30, because all this is happening around 7 or 8. So I do have a question. Val, are you back by now?
You said you woke up at 10:30 or 8?
No, 10:30.
Oh, by then, probably. I mean, I can't imagine that I'd be out that late, even if I was like really brooding.
Well, in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So Alice is gonna wake up around 10:30, probably hear Mel open the door and come back in. And she's got these rollers in her hair, and they're like little old-timey rollers, and they're designed like spiders holding on to hair curls. They've got like little legs, and they're gold and ornate. And she just looks over, lipstick smudged, makeup still on, and she's gonna be like, oh, what time is it? Mel, are you okay?
She's brooding even harder in the corner.
Oh.
Maybe pacing a little bit. She doesn't hear you say what she was hearing. She doesn't hear the question.
So I'm guessing that's a no. Mel, are you still mad at me?
Oh, what?
Hello?
Mad about what?
Oh, yes, exactly. Huh, so you're upset about something else. Oh, okay. Is there someone I need to murder?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. There's something has upset me.
Okay, is there something I need to murder? I'm not picky.
I don't know. My uncle, Ted Danson. Sorry, I'm gonna try to get it with a straight face. My uncle Ted Danson, he was found dead
Just...
under inauspicious circumstances.
Oh? What does that mean? What does
His
something.
heart was ripped out of his chest, and he was found in a factory where he had no business being, as far as anyone knows.
So I have a question for the DM. Or I guess for Karma. Would you have let your cousins know about your case? Or that you were working, or like some shit was going on with like
No.
hearts? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Her job is separate.
Oh, so you don't give us any juicy gossip.
No, she is not a gossiper.
You ain't getting no hot goss from
Oh
Nicole.
my god.
Look, she is too busy for gossip.
Alice can't even imagine that.
She literally goes out to dinner like once a month.
Ugh. Also can't imagine that. So Alice is just gonna be like, that doesn't sound normal. Maybe we should talk to the Institute about that. His heart was ripped out?
Yes, they don't have all the details, but they're pretty sure that's what killed him.
I mean, yeah. That would be it. Okay. I'm gonna go shower and maybe we can get some food and some good coffee and figure out what has happened. Also, do you need a hug? I'm sorry he died. Sorry, I just went straight to planning. Do you need a hug?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna give you one then. she rushes over and hugs her.
She doesn't return the hug. She's too caught up in her own head.
Oh. Alice just kind of pats it and is like, there. Dear little bookworm, we'll get you some food. And that's what's going on over there.
So is there, now, you do all remember that Frankie did say that she could pick you up in the morning whenever you wanted to return. So you are able to make your way to the society yourselves, or you can call Frankie. Does anyone wish to head to the society? And if so, what method are you taking?
Yes, and truck.
Okay. Yes and truck is like a weird improv game.
Yeah.
She
The Cars universe.
Yeah.
listen. She likes Frankie. She just doesn't trust anything in that world.
That's very fair. You know, Frankie always wants to make sure there's consent before anyone's inside her.
Okay.
We call for Frankie after eating some food. Some coffee and croissants for the French bitch, you know.
Poisson.
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 All right. And what about our dear Garrett?
I feel like Garrett walks up to the building with like a very noticeable odd metallic jingle coming from his large overcoat.
Oh, okay. He's a jingly man today.
Yeah.
He's got his jingle on.
Yeah. Probably, I don't know if you wanted me to roll for this or not. Probably feeling a little bit better than he did in the morning.
No, I'd say you don't need to roll for that. You are feeling better.
Yeah.
Your day has improved, good sir.
Yes.
And what about Nicola? How are you getting to the society?
Public transport.
All right. So, does anyone think they headed there earlier than the rest? Because if so, I can give you additional time before we move on to everyone else arriving.
Nicola would have went to the newspaper first, so she probably didn't get there
Particularly
the
early.
fastest.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Billy?
Billy is not excited to be there on her own, so she'd probably, even if she got there early, she'd probably just keep doing her little research in.
She's just waiting in the truck.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay,
she's
okay.
like, I ain't getting in that by myself.
All right. So, Billy, what you see is First, Nicholas shows up, like kind of looking a little bit harried, having done the public transportation tango in the morning, which is generally pretty packed. But Nicola does show up, and then Nicola like goes in but doesn't. You don't like see her come back out again. Garrett walks up. Roll a general like a perception, a gathering information. Let's see if you notice how jingly Garrett is.
Okay, hold on. I forgot we had to roll 20. I'm good at the game. I know.
This would be I'd say a 15 difficulty if you do not have any like training in perception or like anything like that, or a 13 if you did have some training, just because you're in the car and Garrett's over by the door.
Okay, hold on. Let me look and see if she has. She's not super trained.
I know a lot of her stuff is like mechanics and technical and things like that. So she probably doesn't, is my guess. So I think it'd be a 15 or higher.
Yeah. So we'll just raw roll a 20. A 16.
Hey! So you notice that Garrett has both a pep in his step and a little jingle.
She's immediately suspicious, but also she's kind of got that attitude about Garrett. It's like, fuck yeah, get them. Get their ass. They don't need it.
And then now that those two are inside, do you go in or do you still wait?
Yeah, I'd probably go in with them.
All right, so you go in. And last but not least, we have Alice and Mel. You two are taking the Frankie Express. And so you call for Frankie?
Yes, and I offer Frankie a croissant and some coffee also.
She loves that. So basically what you do is to summon Frankie, like I said the last time. You have to knock on the door 3 times and go, Frankie! And she will show up at whatever door you're knocking. So what door did you knock on?
Just our front door.
All right. So you knock on your front door. Doot, 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 Frankie! And she pushes the door open after a couple minutes. Good morning.
She sees me holding a plate with a buttered croissant and in the other hand some good coffee. Cause Alice is not like her cousin. Ugh, instant. Ugh.
Is that for me?
It is!
Buttering me up. I love it.
Literally.
Come on in. She takes the coffee, takes good. This is the good stuff.
Yeah.
She takes a swig. That's really good. And then she takes the croissant and is like, oh yeah, where'd you get these?
Oh, some French bakery my roommate likes. What is it called, Mel?
Patisserie.
Ah, that's what they call them. A patisserie.
Oh. I might have to give them a visit. She says, come on, let's get you to the society.
Alice drags Mel into the liminal space.
Frankie pushes a few buttons. The doors close. Your apartment disappears. You feel that feeling as the elevator starts to move. And by the time Frankie has finished her coffee and croissant, you are at the Institute. The doors go ding. And you walk on out. And you see the rest of your friends. Everybody else, what were you doing while you were waiting for Alice and Mel to arrive? You just straight chilling?
Yeah, it's probably just straight chilling.
Just vibing.
Vibing, get your vibe on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to just interject and be like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to let other people talk.
Well, she did just ask what we're doing, so what were you doing?
Yeah, but I was trying to let you guys say something.
Well,
They just said they're straight chilling, so what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, One, she would probably go knock on Thin Dick Mendelssohn's office door to see if he was in, and specifically see if he had a pot of coffee going.
I was about to say, are you there for the coffee?
Yeah, I'm just there for the coffee.
So as you go to walk up to Dick's door, you spot Ethel. Ethel is there, as bright and cheery as ever, almost as if you didn't keep her up super late last night with coming back. So Ethel greets you. Oh, hi! Welcome back. How are you this morning?
I mean, I'm awake.
You and me both, sister.
Not too bad. There any, you guys got any muffins or anything?
Oh, great question. Oh, I think we do have some muffins, actually. Hold on one second. And she's gonna pick up her phone. And she is, it's a rotary phone. She's gonna do the little rotary business. And then it's gonna ring. It's gonna ring. And then you hear a soft voice on the other line. Uh-huh. Oh, hi, Barbara. How are you this morning? Oh, is it a good one? Yeah? Did you bring those muffins? You said you were going to bring the muffins from the bakery? You did. Oh, perfect. Do you think you could bring some down to the lobby? You can? Oh, thank you, dear. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah. See you soon. Love you. Bye. And then she hangs up. There will be muffins here in about, 5 minutes.
Ethel, you are a lifesaver.
That's what they tell me. If you, are you looking for coffee too?
Always.
Dick is in and he's got the brew going.
Oh, thank the Lord.
I'm not the Lord, but I'll take your thanks. All right. Just go and give a knock. He should be, and I don't think he doesn't have a meeting or anything. You're okay.
Yeah, she'll go and knock on his door.
Enter.
Hey, heard you got coffee going?
I do indeed.
Mind if
Feel
I
free.
snag a cup? Oh, you're a blessing. And she's gonna pull out a travel cup from her Mary Poppins bag and just fill it up with half of the pot of coffee.
You're prepared. I like that.
I try to be.
The society runs on coffee.
Yeah, so do I.
Then it seems you're in the right place. Now, I know we bonded over coffee last time we spoke, but I can't remember if I caught your name. You are...
Nicola.
Nicola. Yes, yes. I'm sorry, we got so many employees at the same time. It's...
Oh, no, it's totally fine.
Yes, in and out, in and out. You know, the staff changes, but the mission remains the same.
Yeah, might as well wear name tags at this point.
That would actually be a great idea. Ethel! Oh, yeah, Dick? Ethel, can we get some name tags? Or name tags, like to identify everybody? Yes, that would be excellent. I hate to say it, but the old memory, it's not as good as it used to be. Oh, Dick, I completely understand. Do you know that I forgot my, what did I forget? I don't know, Ethel.
The name tags will be helpful.
I'm going to get going on those right away. I know a guy. He does excellent name tags. Excellent, Ethel. Thank you. But yes, feel free to help yourself to coffee. Are the rest of your acquaintances coming? I know we had stuff to discuss about the case.
A couple of them were here yet. We were still waiting on my other cousin and her situationship.
At this, you would probably hear Alice and Mel walking in. Hey everyone, morning! Just like a bunch of loud clattering and just, chatter.
Alice doesn't go anywhere
they're
quietly.
here.
No.
That does sound like them, yes. Well, I heard from the other side of the door that Barbara's bringing her muffins up. So
Yes.
if you want to get muffins and greet each other and what have you, just come on in when you're ready and we can get down to business, as it were. You know, a beautiful morning like this, it's a shame that we've got to deal with all this nasty business, but it's the way of life, as it were.
Agreed. And she'll top off her travel mug as she's already probably drank a quarter of it, and then walk out the door to grab everybody and muffins.
As you walk out, you hear a certain je ne sais quoi.
She has a dire caffeine addiction that is fully amped by the fact that she also sleeps 0 all the time.
Yes, the 0 sleep.
Yeah.
All right. So, as Alice and as Mel arrive, letting everyone know they're there. Excuse me. A woman comes walking down a hallway that you didn't notice was there before up until this very moment. This woman has beautifully curled blonde hair in like kind of like that pinned back curl style, and she has a pencil skirt on and a lovely blouse, and she wears a locket. As she kind of comes down the hallway, you see that she's carrying a tray of muffins. Good morning.
Oh, you must be Barbara.
I am Barbara, and you are?
Nicola.
Nicola. Oh, my grandma has had so many great things to say about you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I've heard a few things about you. All good things.
Oh, she is a sweetheart, isn't she?
Yes,
And
absolutely delightful.
she blows a kiss to Ethel. And here's your muffin, Grandma.
Oh, thank you.
And then she's, you know, kind of passing them out to all of you, kind of bringing the tray around. A muffin?
Billy fully takes a muffin. She's kind of like, oh, this is a proper lady. She like takes her hat off like, thank you, ma'am.
At this, Alice is gonna kind of shoot her a dirty look because Alice also has curled blonde hair, and she's just kind of like, we actually just ate. Thank you, though.
Well, if you're sure, they're absolutely to die for.
Billy kind of pulls back and like,
Oh, no, I mean that metaphorically.
can't be
Would
too
I give one to
careful in
my
our
own
line.
grandmother if there's anything wrong with that?
I never get a hat taken off of my presents. I just get people mad at me when I possess them to save their lives.
Sorry, I only take my hats off when ladies are around, and she'd put her hat back on.
That's Alice's like internal monologue. She doesn't
Oh, okay.
say it. She doesn't say that.
Garrett's already on his second muffin at this point.
Just like, R.
Garrett
just
woke up.
To die? Oh, metaphor. Okay.
He woke up from his park bench and came straight here and hasn't eaten in 2 days. Not that his cousins noticed.
We offer him food and lodgings, but he's just like a damn possum.
She offers
No.
me pasta with spiders in it.
We swear he likes sleeping outside.
Never offered you pasta with spiders in
It was
I've offered you
arranged.
real food.
It was
Yeah,
arranged to look like a
Poppy.
spider. It was cute.
Not a bit cannibalistic
It
for you
moved.
guys. Ooh.
I also have granola. I don't only have coffee in my apartment, gosh.
It's just like coffee, granola, and fruit, like total
Some
almond
oats.
mom. Yeah, some oats.
She just doesn't spend money on meat because it's expensive, so it's just dry goods
I
and
love
like
Oh.
some hydrating
like,
things.
the Spartan lifestyle of one cousin, the lavish lifestyle of another, and then the homeless nature of Garrett. God. god!
The dichotomy of man.
dichotomy
The
is-
trichotomy of man.
Yeah, I was gonna say the trichotomy.
The granola also has spiders in it. No, they're reasons. They're totally
No.
reasons.
I don't want
Raisins
spiders
are
in my
legs.
harsher than it
granola.
should be.
Barbara is just kind of like observing you all with a little smile on her face, like one of those, like she's like the perfectly red painted lips,
Oh,
and there's just a little spark.
I like
Billy's
her.
a little into it, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
harsher
gonna
is
put the
Nice.
rest of the muffins down, like on the edge of Ethel's desk. I'll leave the rest of these here just in case. By the way, it's so lovely to meet all of you. I'm the one who set up your contracts, and she's gonna, put out a hand to shake. Kind
I will
Try and
shake
go
the
around.
hand.
yeah. Does everybody shake Barbara's hand?
Yeah.
Yes. Though the player Andy would be like, no, I'm gonna kiss her hand. But no.
That's
I
too
feel-
forward for Billy.
Billy's like, no, pretty lady brain, no work.
I think Garrett's too busy double fisting muffins. It's kind of like yeah.
Yeah,
Charming.
muffins contract. Lovely, bye.
He
Yeah.
reaches out to shake, but there's like a muffin in that hand. And he's like, "Oh,
He's
sorry."
like, yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Upper
They're
hand was like
excellent
shoving
muffins, aren't
in-
they?
Really? Are those chocolate chips?
They are.
Oh, thank God! I was afraid they were spiders.
Why would they be spiders?
Don't ask.
Don't worry about it. He thinks that
Alice
we put
covertly
spiders
kicks
in
him.
the meals that he eats. It's never happened. Ugh.
I feel like Garrett,
I
like,
have a cousin
reaches
like
into-
that too. I understand.
Reaches into a
He's just-
pocket, pulls out a little
He's just
jar
our
of
little
granola,
special guy.
just shakes it and is like, "Look, you see the spiders? Those
It's
I
a
didn't put this-
raisin.
It has legs.
It's a raisin.
You eat it. You.
I will. I made it.
It's actually I got this from Alice.
What
What did you put in this granola?
I did nothing. I just made it look nicer.
You changed my granola?
I'm sorry. It was just very bare bones.
It
Maybe they were
has
chocolate
all of the
chips.
basic nutrients that you need for a sustainable diet. I'm sorry that I'm poor.
Sorry, you
Has
can
more
hear the
protein than it
skittering
used to.
of my golden retriever as he's getting his dinner. Just imagine it's spiders.
Yeah, I imagine that's just the sound that happens when you shake the jar a little bit.
Skip.
Yeah,
I-
it seems to keep moving a bit too much after it should have stopped. You know.
It just has more fiber and tastes better.
I don't
There's no
believe
spiders.
you.
There's no spiders in it.
Really crawls down your throat.
Okay. Just a quick amendment to what I said. I have never tried to feed Garrett spiders. Me personally.
I have never fed you a spider as food before. Give me that muffin. Alice stress eats a muffin.
Family dynamics are really so interesting.
Yep.
And then she's gonna take one muffin for herself and kind of just look over everyone. Well, I do have to get back to
Val, please mute. I hear the skittering.
the spiders.
They sound like my golden retriever.
Are you saying something to me?
Yes, please mute. The
Here's
spiders are
kitty.
meowing.
Where are the spiders? No. You know what? No.
Yeah.
I've just got to get back and start working on the accounting. I actually see that it seems like all of you have made a big break in your case. That's so exciting.
We have to talk to Dick about it. Just because there's some interesting things that we've uncovered. But we've got to bring it into him and talk to you about it first.
Oh, of course, yes. The case you were all assigned is definitely high on Dick's radar. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you to that, and I'm gonna go start hopefully working on your paychecks. If if you really are getting to near the end of this case, once you're done, Dick will essentially give you a little card that you bring to me, and I dispense the funds. So you'll be seeing me again. And she takes her muffin, and then she goes over and gives Ethel a hug and a little like peck on the cheek, and Ethel has like a little like lipstick stain. And she's like, I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone. And she like she walks away with like a very like happy walk. Like she's almost bouncing.
Nico is just gonna look over at Ethel and just go, she's a delight.
Oh, isn't she? The apple of my eye.
So you guys ready to talk to Dick, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have a Dick appointment, didn't we?
We do, in fact, have a Dick appointment. What a wonderful way for you to phrase that, Billy.
I don't think we should.
Well, it is a good thing you have a Dick appointment because Dick is a busy guy. You know, he's always got people lined up for their appointments. So, yeah, go on in. His morning is clear, and he has plenty of coffee.
Oh, I've already dabbled.
All right, so you head into Dick's office.
Yeah, she'll knock on the door first.
Why are we heading into his office again?
To talk about the
No.
bottle.
No, I thought there was. Does it not
It's
have a
about the-
name? Dick appointment?
Okay. Well, we had that bottle, and we were
No, I know
Ethel
why we're
told
here.
us
I'm just trying to
to
make you say Dick
shut
appointment.
You
You shut up!
But
So-
we're talking to him about the bottle.
As you knock, Dick calls again. Enter.
Nicola will open the door and walk in.
And as you walk in, Nicola, you notice there's more chairs here than there were when you last walked in.
I think it's been a few minutes. He could have brought some more in.
Yeah, he's got more chairs. He knew you guys were coming. All right, do you all, does anybody do anything before they walk into Dick's office?
Yes. So Alice is gonna kind of pull aside the others as Mel is walking forward. She's in a bit of a bad mood today. Lost a relative. You okay, dear?
Could you repeat that? Sorry, my volume was down.
So we're going for our Dick appointment, honey. To
Our
talk to
Dick appointment?
Yeah, our Dick appointment. To talk to Dick.
Sonny's so excited. He's on his way to that Dick appointment right now.
No.
But while we're walking over to talk to Dick, Alice, in a very loud whisper, is like, you know, be nice to Mel. She lost a relative today.
Oh my god, I hope they find him.
No, Garrett, they
Garrett.
died.
Garrett.
Oh,
Ugh.
oh.
Oh.
Well, that's unfortunate. Did he have a weapon? Where did he
Garrett.
live precisely? Just no reason. Just
Garrett, please. have it like just a little inkling of class. Just like a little. Like a smidge.
Whenever they're done reading Garrett the Riot Act, Billy look over and be like, I thought it was a good question.
Thank you, Billy. I think Garrett will reach to a pocket, pull out a muffin, pull it in half, look down, realize there's 2 earrings lodged in it, pull those out, put them back into a pocket, and hand tap the muffin to Billy.
You know when a kid, like a baby, hands you something like just half chewed food, and you're just like, oh, thanks. That's what Billy does. Just thanks, buddy.
I appreciate you.
So, as you kind of file into Dick's office, he sees you all, and he's a rather somber-looking man. As previously described, he's thin and kind of sallow-looking, but
Dick-like.
Dick-like. He has some stubble. Like perhaps he hasn't shaved in a couple days.
Curly hair.
He does have curly hair, yes. He has dark curly hair. And as he sees you all, that somber face does get a little bit of a smile. He's trying to be warm, even though he doesn't seem like he's much for warmth. Come in. Take a seat. Does everybody take a seat?
Yeah.
Yep.
At least Nicola does.
Sure,
Yeah. Everybody's sitting. If you're not sitting, just let me know. I'm going to assume you're sitting. And so after you all sit down, Dick reaches into his desk and pulls out the bottle that had been wrapped in cloth. It is still wrapped, and he kind of sets it in front of him. Oh, there's a cat. He sets it in front of him and kind of gently pulls away the cloth until it reveals the little maker's mark, the one that you all saw earlier. Do you remember what that looked like?
It had the little like diamond, and then there were 4 people, like 4 heads in it with silhouettes.
Yes, yeah. It had like the silhouettes of people.
Yeah.
And he, kind of, you can see him kind of brush his fingers over that sigil. This is a very interesting bottle that you've found. Okay. As a note, Alice is not sitting.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sitting.
That's Val.
Mel
Oh,
is
sorry, I
not.
meant Mel is not sitting.
I should hope the bottle is interesting. I almost died to bring it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hadn't heard it had been so traumatic.
Sorry. What? Upsetting evening. Wasn't trying to snap at you.
Oh no, I completely understand. Things like this bottle are upsetting, to say the least. Is why we try to get them out of the general population.
Can you
Dog.
explain what's interesting about it?
Yes, I can. So, this maker's mark here. This maker's mark has been found on other bottles, like this one. Other bottles that have been taken from crime scenes, we'll say, where individuals did not survive. Now, the thing is, most of the time when these bottles are found, they are empty. This one is full. I'm quite interested to hear how you got it, how you came across it with the liquor still in it.
Well, we had followed up on the fish tank, and the normal what was this guy's name?
It was Frank. It's kind of confusing because there's Frank and Frankie. It's just a popular
It's
name
Frank.
at the time.
The normal driver wasn't there, so we followed up with him. And he had told us that he had buried it. And it was giving him all sorts of weird side effects. But we found it and dug it up. It was not easy to bring it back here. That's the least of it.
Well, we are lucky that it's in the society now. Suffice to say, things like this don't quite have the same power within these walls that they may outside of it. However, I don't necessarily recommend playing with the things here willy-nilly. That's a great way to end up as just a part of someone else's insurance plan.
Oh, so you do use other people?
Well, it's not really. I don't make the contracts or insurance. You'd have to talk to Barbara.
Look, I mean, there's no judging. I'm just curious.
Well,
I mean, there's a little judging.
I did put organ donor on my driver's license, so
it's very similar to that idea. Well, for those investigators that aren't quite as careful as you've been, sometimes the turnover rate is quite high. To keep that turnover rate lower, we offer certain incentives, and some of those incentives happen to be replacement parts.
Yeah, I saw Ethel had a new set of teeth.
Oh, she's very proud of those.
They're very nice.
Yes.
You people are being way too normal about this.
Oh, I'm like specifically being normal about it.
I feel like Garrett's pulled out.
I'm
a
doing this on
brochure and is,
purpose.
Like, looking through it and is like, does this cover pre-existing conditions? Like, just
I want this guy to think that I am like one of them, and I'm all for it.
As you ask about pre-existing conditions, Dick turns to you, and he's like, "We do actually. We're rather innovative in that way. You know, perhaps you might have asthma or heart troubles, difficulty hearing or seeing. You know, we are happy to help you with that."
good to know. Tucks the what you said. Talk to who's it? Talk
To Barbara,
Barbara.
Ethel's granddaughter. She handles the contracts and accounting. She's really the one with the brain for that kind of thing. I'm really more into, well, research. Now, back to this bottle. So you say that the driver, it was buried, but he had all sorts of strange symptoms. What were some of them, if you don't mind me asking?
Paranoia.
Looking back in my notes.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember based on what I remember.
He, like, everything in his apartment was just, like, pitch black. Everything was covered. There was no light at all coming in. And then when we made it into the apartment, it just felt heavy.
Yes. Did you have a feeling, perhaps, as if you were being watched?
I do think so.
Yes. So it is adding up with accounts. And, the driver, he still lives?
Yes,
Oh,
he...
jolly good for him.
Yes, we, helped him.
Excellent. That is wonderful. Honestly, we've not had much luck with these bottles. I don't even think we've had like I said, there hasn't been one brought back with alcohol in it, and we haven't had anybody, uh, have a survivor. Honestly, well done.
Ah, yes. No survivors other than us. Alice like glares at all the people mad at her.
Do these
I'm
bottles?
not mad at you.
It's not you, but the others. Like Billy and Mel. I think Garrett's kind of on the fence about it, but
Do the bottles still cause the same symptoms even if the alcohol is gone?
If they are, well, honestly, we haven't had the chance to test it. In the bottles that are completely empty, it does seem there's some lingering effects, but it's not as strong as we believe the actual full bottles appear to be. And now we can't be certain whether that is because the alcohol is what is powerful, or if something breaks, without a better term, after the alcohol has been drank. Like I said, this is the first one we've gotten back, so we have the opportunity to test it carefully, of course. Now, we have the bottle. Excellent. Like I said, jolly good. Great job. But we still need to track down where the bottles are coming from. We can start with this mark, this maker's mark, then and the name. The name here that says Folio Costa. Fola Costica? It seems Italian. I don't speak it.
That's what it looked like. I had marked it down of the Fola Caustica.
Yes, that. I think, well, I did do a little digging into the name, and while I can hardly say it, I was able to find the meaning of the words. Let me check my notes here. Yes. It seems to mean caustic crowd. Which is a strange name for limoncello if I've ever heard one.
Agreed.
Now, have you had the chance to look into any of the other cases that were related to this one?
We looked into one of them. Sorry, I'm just pulling back into my notes here. So we had checked into some of the other paperwork, and there was definitely some cross references. One of them was about a man named Slim Jim.
Yeah, he was my friend.
Oh, you knew Slim Jim?
Well, friend is a strong word. He was a fellow alcohol runner. Fellow bootlegger.
Oh, yes. Slim Jim. Was that not the case where the still went missing?
Yes. They took his still from him.
That was the very first case involving this alcohol. We believe that's the origin. Now we can't say if Slim Jim actually produced it and did anything, like if Slim Jim was the cause or if something was done after he produced it.
I mean, he'd been on the scene for a while. He hadn't put out any, nothing too gnarly batch-wise that I'd heard of.
Right. Excellent.
Most likely the still that they took then.
I remember one of the connections that we had was the sister of one of the victims, and um, she mentioned something, sister and daughter of two of the victims, and she mentioned two guys that had brought the delivery on an odd day. Because, see, we got to keep everything pretty scheduled, right? So we know when to expect and when you're getting inspected, if you know what I mean. And this was a weird one, I guess.
Interesting. So perhaps the delivery drivers are the key.
Yeah, it said they were, let's see, where's the note here? Yeah, they were just two men that just weren't normal. Like, they didn't catcall or nothing. The Slim Jim paperwork showed a note about how they kind of looked like fishermen.
Interesting.
And they drove like a green truck. The delivery driver, his name was Mr. Boots.
Mr. Boots. Strange moniker.
Agreed.
I mean, fishermen aren't uncommon in the area. We know we do have the lake and the river. But it would be worth looking into. All right. Well, I'm going to do some research on the bottle itself, on the liquor in it, so we can see if we can learn if it's the bottle or the liquid that is causing this strange malady. But while I do, well, first off, excellent job. This is more than we've had to go on in a long time. And while this case isn't officially concluded, I will say that you've completed the first step, I suppose. And he pulls out a bunch of little cards, and hands them over to you. There's one for each of you in there. It has your name on it, and well, you can consider yourselves paid for the first time. Welcome to the Magnus Society. If you would like to continue this venture, I would love to have you stay. However, I would understand if this has been too much. I wouldn't. Well, I know it's difficult to make the decision on the spot like that, so, I will. I know. I'm going to give you a few minutes to talk about it, and see what you want to do, and then I'll come back. And if you decide to stick around, excellent. You'll stick around. And we'll give you the next steps. If you decide not to stick around, no harm, no foul, but we would miss you. Excellent. And he, gets up, pushes his seat in, and he walks out a door that is like at the back of his office, so not the one you came from. And you now have a few minutes to discuss amongst yourselves.
He's just standing in his in-office bathroom like, dear God, I hope they hurry.
Yeah, he very well could be.
They're just gonna hear me piss.
You hear a sound like water hitting oil, sizzling.
Bacon.
God, all that coffee he drinks too. You know that stream is strong, man.
Yeah. Oh. Billy is gonna stay in because we're all in this together. But also she's just not getting answers about her sister, and even though she was told to stop looking, she's still like, she'll tell herself that it's because there are bootleggers getting hunted right now, but it's really because she's like, what the fuck, dude? So.
Nicola's also staying. She's not giving them a reason because she doesn't feel like she needs to.
Alice loves being paid for being nosy. She's in.
Honestly, I love that for her.
Garrett eats another muffin that comes out of his pocket, and
Where are you getting those? There were only like 12 on the tray.
don't worry about it. It's fine. So we're all doing this, right? We're all. I just kind of pulls a pamphlet out, looks at it. Wonder what the full package means. Anyway,
I mean, I'm sure it's nice to have a steady paycheck. She says fully directed towards Garrett.
And
I
what
wouldn't
about
call
Mel?
this steady.
I mean, if you guarantee that you can get one done a month, then you're all set. It beats stealing random things out of old women's houses.
The absolute judgment coming from your cousin. Just like, oh, it'll be nice for you to have a steady paycheck, huh?
Garrett,
It's
like,
on
reaches-
purpose.
Garrett reaches into
God.
a pocket and just like pulls out a handful of like random jewelry. Kind of looks at it, looks at her, goes, I don't really know about that, and just puts it back in the pocket.
You have to stop stealing from old ladies.
They're such easy marks, though. Some of them even invite me in for tea. There's a few of them I haven't been able to bring myself to steal from. And I keep coming back. They think I'm their grandson. But the ones that don't, the ones that are mean, yeah, no, they have a lot of pearls. So many pearls. All these old ladies got all these pearl necklaces.
Honestly, the ones that think that you're their grandson, see if you can get in the will.
Probably am, actually.
Are you upset with him or not? Because you got to pick a lane.
I don't like when he steals, but if he's keeping these old women company and he's not
So,
stealing from them,
You're
Our
fine when he
cousin-
non-sexually whores himself.
yeah.
What
To
about
old women.
What about you, Mel? Sorry, I just saw Sunny.
What about Sunny?
What about Sunny?
What about you, Mel? Do you want to stay working for the Institute with us? They're gonna pay us. You're muted. You're still muted.
This is your fault, you know. You're the one who told me to keep my mag muted constantly.
Yes, because the dog in the background is murdering me with his like, I can't.
Will I get to investigate strange and unexplained happenings?
I mean, isn't that what we just did?
Will I get to explore, do more of that?
I would assume so.
Well then, sure.
Right. After, around 5 minutes or so, enough time for you to finish your conversation, Dick walks back out. Perhaps you hear a very soft toilet flush before he does. And the running of water. Regardless, as he comes back in, he takes a seat at his desk. Well, if you have reached a decision,
I
And you
believe
just
we're
kinda-
staying on.
staying on. All of you.
Oh. Well, it kind of
Excellent.
helps that we're all, like, semi-related.
It does certainly. Perhaps we need to recruit like this more often.
Yeah.
Well, now that it's official, he pulls out some paperwork from his desk and hands one to each of you. It's a contract. You'll just have
Nicole's
to
gonna read over
sign.
the whole thing.
You'll just have to sign down there at the bottom on that third page, and it is official.
I am reading the entire paperwork.
Alice,
Oh, go ahead.
Alice is gonna lean over Nicola's shoulder and be like, make sure the contract doesn't cancel out our pre-existing ones.
Why do you think I'm reading the entire thing?
Okay, I'm sorry, but one of us has to check. Garrett's got crumbs all over him.
I don't trust him to read the contract anyways. It's gonna say replacement bones and a roof over your head at all times, and he'll be like, all right, cool.
For those of you that can't see, Autumn is pantomiming reading this contract and brushing crumbs off it.
And like I think signing it.
Checking boxes. It's like full replacement package. Yes.
Can we do you mind if we take these and bring them back?
So unfortunately they cannot leave the premises. However, you can go into the lobby.
If
you'd like a little more time. Yes,
Are-
of course.
Are these all the same contract, or are they individual based?
So that's an excellent question. Do you take a good look at your contract?
Oh my god, yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yes,
Yeah.
I think Nicola's gonna read everyone's contracts.
please.
So as you read each other's contracts out in the lobby, you notice that while there is some very similar legalese, the contracts are specified to you. They are they seem to call out strange details about your own life. You know, you each find something mentioned in it that you know, for Billy, perhaps it mentions that investigation into your sister is included as part of the job. And Garrett, you see that there is a caveat that your extracurricular activities are like will not pose a problem for the society. And Nicola, you see that while they recommend you have less jobs, they're happy to support you in your overemployment. And Mel, there is specifically a section that mentions the relation to your family, but it also mentions that your hiring is completely independent of them, and that you were sought out for your skills specifically, despite who your family are. And Alice, yours says that your family ties are incredibly important, and your knowledge and skills will be a great asset to the society.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. That's not scary at all. Okay.
But yeah, beyond that, it does just contain standard legalese. It lays out your payment schedule, like how you are paid on a case-by-case basis. It lays out, it offers you the health insurance. Though you could get the full plan if you like. Yeah, basically, kind of, it doesn't seem like you're, you know, necessarily signing anything away. You're just working for the Institute. You get to continue doing the things you would want to do anyway. And they already seem to know a little bit about you, but they did seek you out, so it's not unheard of.
Like, there has to be a catch, though, besides us just, like, running into danger like idiots like we probably would have done anyway.
Well, like,
That is the catch.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah, that's the catch. It's dangerous. But also, tell me you would not work for, like, an eldritch being if they offered you full insurance and, like, a 401k and dental? Look at Ethel. Look at that smile.
No, I want to specifically ask Dick if there's an insurance plan that just covers all of my doctor's appointments and medications and possible surgeries.
Yeah.
Do you like knock on his door?
Yeah.
So, oh my god, what if one day, like, you lose a tooth and then you go to bed and you wake up the next day and you have a new one?
Yeah, because, like, I don't necessarily want them to just give me someone else's body parts, but if they can
So as
pay
you
my deductible.
ask Dick about like just like a standard health insurance plan, he's like, oh yes, that's the basic plan. You see that listed right there.
Oh, perfect. I don't need extra body parts. I just want my own. And if I have to have anything, that it's paid for. You know,
Of course. Yeah,
medical bills are very expensive, and I cannot afford that.
The other day, I heard that a surgery was $30 whole. And they
Some
only
of them
give
are
you
over
a bit
100.
They only give you a bit of the morphine.
You're gonna be charged $50 for an X-ray? It's crazy.
And then they give you a Coca-Cola. But you feel better.
You do. I don't know why it was Coca-Cola.
Is there still cocaine in Coca-Cola at this time?
Let's see. I don't know
I
when
feel
that was
like
taken out.
I feel like it was before 1900.
Yeah, I think we looked this up and we did not find that they had cocaine in it.
So after
1903.
1904, the company transitioned to using spent leaves, which still contained trace amounts of cocaine. By 1929, it was cocaine-free coca leaf. So at this point,
Man.
there's still trace amounts of cocaine.
Just like a little cocaine.
A little
Change
cocaine is a
the
treat.
recipe doesn't taste the same.
That's treat.
All right. Are you signing this contract?
Hell yes.
Is there anything else like just like weird in here?
Well, there is some very, 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 very fine text, like really small.
Mm-hmm. She's reading it.
You'll need the magnifying glass or something.
She will go get one.
Okay, where do you get one from?
I'm gonna
You
see
can't
if
leave the
Ethel
building.
has one. I
Okay.
feel like she has one.
Okay, so you go up to Ethel. What do you say?
Hey, do you by chance have a magnifying glass?
Oh dear, let me see. I think I should. She pulls open a drawer. Reaches in. Reaches in.
I love
reaches
her.
in. Her little legs are like up in the air, and she comes out. Here you go, dear.
Oh, you seriously are a blessing. I am going to have to bring you something in when I'm here next.
Oh, you're such a darling. All right, give me one moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna write up this very fine text for you.
Corinne's
She
like,
fully. Go ahead.
oh, Corinne didn't expect the mystery podcast to be wondering about what's the mystery text at the bottom of our mystery
You
contracts.
think the character that I built, who's a PI's assistant and is very specifically like trying to look into the weird shit, isn't gonna read the contract?
Oh, this is so fucking off topic, but I was gonna ask this question earlier until my kids destroyed it. By reminding me that bicycles exist.
Mm-hmm.
In a post-apocalyptic society, I've been watching a lot of Left 4 Dead stuff. In a post-apocalyptic zombie society, what would be the best mode of travel? Because after 6 months, gasoline is no longer stable or usable. So what would you use? And I was like, oh, like a dog sled or maybe like a zombie sled. And they were like, a bicycle, dummy. And I'm like, oh yeah, those do exist, don't they?
She's
Shit.
used a bicycle. You could also get like a solar-powered scooter.
True, but you want to outrun the zombies.
I mean, some of them move slow.
You want to chance it on an electric scooter?
I mean, I wouldn't be against a solar-powered bike. Because those things can go fast.
Why not?
If the sun's
why,
up.
Why not do like a horse and carriage thing? Have like a
Horses, you gotta
decked
feed
out
'em.
thing, you know? Mad
It's
Max
not a bad
carriage.
idea.
Well, I
But
was
you do
thinking,
have to feed them.
because horses have such a particular diet, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, well, that's why I was like dog sled, but because they have less particular diets, but also we would be eating the same stuff, most
So
likely.
horses can get hurt very easily.
Um, and then I figured, well, why don't we like Michonne a bunch of zombies? Like, so if it's like a zombie situation, right? And cut their jaws off and their arms off. Spoilers for The Walking Dead.
Oh my god!
I know.
That
I
episode
should have
just
said it
came out.
before. But like, in order to get them to move forward, you would have to have a hunk of meat, and if you were doing that, you would attract other zombies. And then there's a situation like in the Left 4 Dead where they're not actually zombies; they're just sick humans, like sick, angry humans. And then what do? You know? Anyway, that's what I was thinking about today while I was taking a shower.
Proud
Boat.
of you.
I would not leave the water. Boat for days.
Sailboat, yeah.
And then you could
boat would be
paddle.
good.
Also,
Played
Boat would
enough
be good.
raft. We could figure out how to make that work.
yeah. I am not
Let's
leaving
take
the
some
water.
boating lessons real quick. I was listening to a podcast earlier today that had a thing where they did like a thought question where if you could only buy things that start with the letter of your name, what would you be able to buy?
Oh.
If you had like $1 billion, but you could only buy things that start with the first letter of your name.
Apple
Ritalin.
products. Oh, hell yeah. I'll trade you some Apple computers for some Ritalin.
This just sounds like college all over again.
Yeah, what the hell?
Who wants a jumbo jet?
Oh!
Yeah, but where are you gonna put the jumbo jet? Because you can't buy a hangar to store it.
You need an H.
You would need an
Alrighty.
H.
I have it ready.
Now,
We're
now
already
is
ready.
Nicholas the only one that has that fine print, or do we all have little fine print?
You all have little fine print. It was just hard to see. But since Nicola got the magnifying glass, I'm gonna send this directly to you, Karma.
Secrets. Hey, Alice.
Yes.
Can you come over here for a minute?
Uh,
Bring your contract with you.
Oh, okay. Garrett, if you get a crumb on this, I swear. Coming.
Garrett has already gotten multiple crumbs on it.
Alice is shaking it. Yes.
Can you flip to this page? There's some fine print. I just want to see if yours matches.
Oh, yes, sure thing. And Alice
Here's a magnifying glass.
Oh, thank you.
It's very small print.
Oh, goodness, it is.
So, as you take a look, Alice, you get to see it as well. There we go.
And is it the same message?
It is.
You hear Alice muttering, employment continues in perpetuity. Oh, that's a fancy word. Until employee demise, or until at which point the Magnus Society no longer exists due to bankruptcy, apocalypse, right completion, or complete hostile takeover. Sounds about... Wait. Apocalypse... Right? Completion?
I was more worried about the right completion.
Oh.
Better that than the
Don't-
wrong completion.
Don't those go
Garrett, get out of
kind
here!
hand in hand? The right completion and the apocalypse?
Oh, I guess it depends on your flavor of apocalypse.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lots of things could be that.
I just wanted to make sure that they match. You know, just Just wanted to make sure.
They,
She's not gonna mention it to anyone else.
yeah. They do, and, well, not the first time we've seen something like that on a contract, so.
Fair.
At least insurance comes with this one.
What'd you guys find in yours? I can't see that stuff down at the very bottom. It looks like absolute scribbles.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
those are
just
crumbs.
legalese. It's nothing.
All right, is everybody signing their contract?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm signing
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
It's obviously fine if Nicola's signing it.
Billy, are you signing your contract?
Yeah, Billy's also taking the full insurance because her fists are her life, and if she needs someone else's hands, she needs someone else's hands.
All right. So, Roxy, I think Val might have fallen asleep.
I think so too. Let me
You-
let me go wake her up. Hold on. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
We're almost done. This is the last thing I'll say, so but I
I'll be
want her
right
to be
back.
awake for it.
Can't believe you didn't fucking tell me.
I mean, I'll tell you as Andy, but I'm
Yeah.
not telling Billy.
What did Billy do to you?
Billy isn't her cousin.
Yeah.
That seems like a skill issue.
Billy is fully not contracted to any entity. She is just a free being. Or she was.
Billy is to Nicola as her cousin's situationship's bodyguard. There's like 2 degrees of separation.
Billy saved her from the bottle.
It's fine.
Don't we all wish we had friends who saved us from the bottle?
She doesn't trust everyone with specific information, and that's just information that she does not want to share. She's also not telling Garrett.
Garrett
is-
signed up for full package.
Same. Yeah.
Probably a mistake, but here we are.
And you don't know who's all gonna be cool with blood sacrifices and rites and that part of the world. You know, you gotta
Yeah, you gotta give them the chance to decide for themselves, right?
All right. Mel, are you
Listen.
signing your contract?
It
Yeah?
exists
Okay.
anyway, but this one gives you insurance.
So, as you each sign your contract, you remember back to the moment when you saw yourself signing this contract. Before you started this entire investigation, when you were given these contracts and they had already been signed, this is the moment you signed them. You remember
We
your
saw ourselves
hands.
in the future.
You remember your clothes. Everything is the same. You had already signed these contracts, and yet you signed them now. And yet back then you had already signed them. Perhaps you were always meant to sign these contracts. And that's what we'll leave for today.
It's
Oh,
weird in this place.
Timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
The end
Corinne,
is never the end. The end is never the end.
Corinne, that was disturbingly fun. That was that was good. That was good.
We got our first paycheck, guys.
How much did we get?
So you have the equivalent of like a standard wage for 1 month. Like he gave you essentially a little bonus because you haven't completed this case yet, but this is more than they've gotten so far about this at one time. So he was like, you know what? You get extra. So if you go and bring these to Barbara next session, you will get your money and you will be rolling in the dough, baby.
Woo!
1 month's salary.
Money.
Also, I did want to say, I think last section we forgot to give experience points. So anyone who experienced the stage, that hallucination, got 1 experience point. Billy got 1 experience point for learning about her sister, and Alice got 1 experience point for seeing and speaking to Astrid or read a song.
Yay!
And then this time you all get 1 experience point for signing the contract.
Yay!
I have
experience.
3 experience now.
I think this brings me up to 4.
I think I have 4 also.
All right. Well, I think, hold on, let me look at my phone. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I need my calendar. So, next week, I will actually be at Queer Prom, which Wham Bam, thank you, ma'am, is helping to sponsor. But the weekend after, or the Friday after, the 20th, would we all be good to play?
As far as I'm aware.
Hell yeah.
I may be hopped up on meds. Just warning.
Okay. And if we do need to move it around that weekend, I am off the 19th. So if we wanted to do a Thursday, like, that's technically doable.
Oh, I'm going to be hopped up on meds for
Okay, so if you'd be more hopped up, then we'll stick to the 20th.
We can discuss this in DMs.
Yeah, we have more
figure
time.
out the schedule.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Corinne. That was so much fun. So forever creepy. Sorry, Val, that you had a relative die, but man, you saved that Newsies day. Take care, y'all, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.